You guys, it's Mary.
And Alma.
We got you guys to like,
Subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below because today we are reviewing season 8, episode 2 of Sister Wives. And let me tell you something. When somebody don't want to be your friend, stop taking your ass over there to get embarrassed. Cody.
And that is the gist of today.
Yes.
They're going to
Utah.
42. They're going to go to Utah. But they're actually going somewhere, right? I can't remember where they're going. But they're going to pass to the house in Utah. They're going to pass Ken. Remember Ken? The friend
one
who
who basically
have.
Who thought he was an idiot who didn't like him and was really trying to say that, oh, you're going to hell. And if you dare decide to influence LDS, then I have to be out or something like that. Yes. Yeah, that weirdo.
That one. Anyhow, he calls Ken because Janelle says, hey, maybe we can ask Ken, because remember she had gone boating with Cody and Ken. So she was like, maybe we can call Ken, and just hang out with him for a moment and stuff like that, because this was going to be a long trip. And so he was like, oh, yeah. So he calls Ken, says, hey, we should go boating, blah, blah, blah. Now, Christine over her hears him.
No.
And she says, wait a minute. Did you just invite Ken? And he's like, oh, yeah. I invited him for... She said, he owes me an apology. And he's like, for what? This is Cody as he held Sullivan. So he's like, for what? And also Sullivan also frowns his face at Christine. And Christine says, because he told you that you're welcome back to the church, but you have to leave 3 of your wives behind.
I want to make this point.
Like,
no, you make your point. I'll make
She said he has to apologize for that.
Now, Ken, he left your church a long ass time ago.
Over 20 years
If he
ago.
wanted to be a part of your little church, he would have done it.
Yes.
Okay? So he don't want your church.
No.
Okay? Christine, the reason why he wasn't going to apologize to Ken
because
he would actually...
He said, my testicle shrinks at the idea of apologizing to another man.
But you know why he wouldn't do it though?
What?
Because if Robin said it, he would actually apologize. But he knows the 3 wives he would leave if he had to. It would be Christine, that married person over there, and Janelle. And him and Ron will skip off into the sunsets with Solomon in hand. So that's why he was like, apologize for what? Apologize for what?
Exactly.
Because he don't really respect you at this point.
Yeah.
Like you said, you are going through PMS and you need to handle that shit.
I know. And then he was all like,
what
she is bleeding all her stuff into this relationship.
Which I thought was so offensive.
And she was just like, something, I so wish that you're sleeping somewhere else tonight. And he was like, no, I'm sleeping with you. I'm going in your bed or whatever. And she just slammed the door. But, I was just feeling like, and then all the other women, they're like, of course, they're going to be on Cody's side. And even Robin was like, when Cody's on the outs with one of the wives, she's like, if you take that wife's side, then you're going to also be on the outs with Cody. So we don't do that.
Is this an effing dictatorship, Cody?
Is it a sister wives, Robin?
It's not. This is not a sister wives.
This is what you're saying.
This union, like it's not, because the thing is, at the end of the day, it's 4 women catering to 1 man. Exactly. That's how I see polygamy. Yeah. You cannot change my mind about it.
And you can't even correct Cody.
You can't correct Cody because he'll go have a hissy fit.
He is going to have a fit about it.
It's the knife in the kidneys.
Yeah.
The sacrifices I made.
Yeah.
To love you. You'll go have a hissy fit.
Anyway, but on the way to where they were, to going to Utah, he passed by this guy, this business friend that he has. They can go.
What did he say, Cody?
I'll tell you that. But they passed through this business friend that he has called Chris, and he asked him for a $50,000 to $100,000 line of credit
because investors
for
the
sister wives closet, because the investors they never called nobody and they never gave them money. So I don't know if this is how they roll. But yeah, they said apparently they're not going to give us the money. We never heard from them. So anyhow, they were approved for that. But
how much is the credit?
$50,000 to $100,000. $50,000 to $100,000. Yeah. So I mean, a little less than what.
But you have to pay that back. It's like a credit card, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Well, you have to pay back
credit, but
regardless
you pay back, but they're not going to take your business and all that stuff. They don't have the same stipulations as the investors have.
Yeah.
And that was what Chris, the business owner, was telling Cody. He said you should never go in with an investor.
Who
because
said that?
That's what this business guy who is giving him the line of
So
credit
it's just
said.
a blessing then.
He said because you always want to own your business 100%. And that's why you don't want to ever go in with investors. That's what he said.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So anyhow, Christine was still upset. And Cody just refused to handle it. He just refused to say he's sorry and even or to tell, because she asked him, she said, Cody, does he even know if he offended you? And then he said no. She said, well, you need to tell him that you offended me when you said that, because I have 4 wives. I'm not dumping my 3 wives. And then he was like, I think Ken was just making it as a joke. She said, no, he wasn't making it as a joke. And I need you to be a champion for our family. And I think all of that just made Cody feel smaller and smaller. And I think, when Christine was saying in the trailer that she had lost respect for Cody, I think there were so many different things that occurred. Exactly. This is one of them that will make you lose respect for a man, because you can't even stand up for your own family to some friend who don't even like you, because later on, guess what? Ken declined.
He don't like your ass.
He called
Cody.
back and he declined meeting with you.
He didn't want to see you with your 4 women
He does not
and
want. He
your 30
doesn't like
kids.
you as a friend.
He
Don't
doesn't like you,
attaching
Cody.
yourself.
But you know what I think my thing is with Cody? Cody wants to be liked by so many people that it really doesn't even matter who it is.
Who don't even like him.
Yeah.
They don't
that's
like your
the
lifestyle.
issue
They don't like you.
as a person. And it's just a waste of time. So you could have actually stood up for your family.
Exactly.
And you could have had the upper hand. But instead, no. So do I
You
think
waited
Christine was
until
wrong?
he declined, and then he goes to Christine. Well, Ken declined anyway. She's like, that doesn't matter, because you still have to tell him you were offended. He still owes me apologies for saying what he said. So at that point, I just said, Christine, let it go. That's how I felt at that point.
I know, but
Because
also I
Cody
feel like
wasn't gonna do
Cody.
anything.
I feel like Christine gets so fed up with Cody that sometimes she just wants him to do one thing so that she can still hold on and hang on. You know what I'm saying? Just do one right thing. Give me a glimmer of hope that you were the man who I thought you were. Give me some glimmer of hope that this polygamy thing is actually working.
That you ain't a punk.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So that is the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like Christine was necessarily wrong. I feel like Cody was wrong. Yes, she should have let it go, let it be, or whatever. Because he got embarrassed anyway.
Yeah.
But F Cody. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so wrong. Yeah. It's so wrong. And I feel like he should have stood up for his family. Yeah. If it was Robin, he would have checked that man real quick.
Right away. Right away.
Yeah. But because it's Christine, you want to go and say she's PMSing and bleeding all over the place, which is very vulgar for somebody who doesn't like to talk about the bedroom stuff.
And I feel like
talk about bleeding and PMSing and all this stuff.
This relationship.
That was
very crude.
Why would you even say that?
In one of the tell-alls, and you will see the tell-all on this one,
where he was wearing extra makeup.
He said they tore him apart to the point that he wanted to stop the show.
You probably should stop the show.
I mean, a lot of women, and men were
crude.
It's just crude.
It's crude. To talk about a woman like that.
But you know
your
what
PMSing is making you irrational.
You know what it was?
Your lack of testicles is making you irrational.
And he said so. He said his testicles shrink at the thought of requesting an apology from this guy. His testicles,
I think Ken makes your testicles shrivel up, because when he was coming at you, you said nothing. You just smiled
you sat there
like a dodo bird.
Yes.
I thought you were married for a second.
Your wives had to speak up. You did not. You stayed silent.
As this man disrespected you and said, you basically told him you were going to hell for being in a polygamous relationship. Ken don't like you.
Yeah.
And how you can't see the writing on the wall
and he
don't make no sense.
So now you look
like an idiot
because he declined. So I know deep down in his heart he knew that, okay, obviously Ken don't like me.
Maybe God was humbling him.
And then also too, I'm sure he's thinking, oh, so maybe he didn't mean that email. It wasn't a joke. You know, but I felt like the wives should have collectively told Cody, you know something, Cody, that is offensive. That
You know
he
why they
said
didn't, though?
and we should not be hanging around with LDS people who don't like us and who are vocal and about it and disrespectful.
That goes back to
about
having some pride about
Yeah.
yo shit.
Yes.
Can I get an amen?
Amen, girl. So,
But yeah,
anywho,
y'all, that was season 8, episode 2. It's Mary.
and Amma,
You guys got to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Bye.